You're right to say that we want to improve relations with the EU. We think we can get a better deal than the botched deal that Boris Johnson brought home, and we will work on that, understanding a very strong mandate now, a very strong mandate for change, for a different relationship with the EU, a different way of doing politics, and we go forward in that spirit. We do have to get on with implementing the important changes that are necessary under the existing arrangements that we've got, because we're not going to be able to get a better relationship unless we demonstrate a commitment to the relationship and the agreements that have already been put.
King Charles is reportedly furious as a political storm brews in the heart of Westminster. The cause? A startling revelation that threatens to upend the very fabric of British democracy. Nigel Farage, the controversial figure who championed Brexit, now claims he's caught Labour leader Keir Starmer red-handed in a plot to reverse the UK's exit from the EU. But is this the truth or just another chapter in Britain's ongoing political soap opera? Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now back to the video. As the dust settles on the 2024 election, whispers of discontent are growing louder in the hallowed halls of Westminster. The political landscape, once thought to be stabilizing, is now trembling with the aftershocks of what could be one of the biggest scandals in modern British history. At the center of this brewing storm is none other than Keir Starmer, the man who promised to honor Brexit while moving the country forward.
If Parliament votes down the Prime Minister's deal, or she can't reach a deal, that is not the end of the debate. But if that's not possible, we must have other options. And conference, that must include campaigning for a public vote. Having swept them away, we want to install a radical Labour government capable of transforming this country. And that's what should happen after 2 years of negotiations ending in failure.
But what's really going on behind those closed oak doors? Recent leaked reports have set tongues wagging and eyebrows raising across the political spectrum. These documents suggest that Starmer has been engaging in secret meetings with top EU officials. Now, diplomatic talks are nothing new, but these aren't your run-of-the-mill chats over tea and biscuits. Insiders claim these clandestine conversations are aimed at dismantling key Brexit policies and slowly but surely steering the UK back into the EU's sphere of influence. The plot thickens when we consider Starmer's public promises regarding Brexit. He's repeatedly assured voters that Labour respects the referendum result and won't seek to rejoin the EU. But now, conflicting statements from Labour Party insiders are painting a very different picture. It seems there's a growing chasm between Starmer's public stance and what's being discussed behind closed doors. This begs the question, was Brexit ever truly settled, or was it just a temporary ceasefire in Britain's long-standing EU battle? Since Labour's victory in 2024, keen observers have noticed subtle but significant shifts in the party's Brexit policies. Reports indicate that measures once touted as reinforcing Brexit have been quietly watered down. It's as if someone's trying to unpick the Brexit tapestry thread by thread, hoping no one will notice the unraveling fabric of Britain's independence.
The new European Commission President says that it will be impossible to reach a comprehensive deal with the UK by the end of the year. Do you then favour extending the transitional period?
If in 6 months' time it's obvious that the deal isn't going to be done by the end of the year, but Parliament has to have the chance to say, look, don't crash us out without a deal, let us have a say in what happens next. Completely. We will leave the EU in 3 weeks' time, and therefore the debate about leave and remain goes because we will be outside the EU. But it doesn't mean that we stop challenging the government about what the future relationship should look like.
These alleged secret meetings could have far-reaching implications for the UK. If the rumors are true, we could be witnessing the first steps towards a dramatic reversal of the Brexit decision. But at what cost? The trust of millions of voters who believed in Labour's promise to respect the referendum result hangs in the balance. As evidence mounts and pressure grows, Starmer finds himself at the center of a political maelstrom. The questions are piling up faster than answers can be provided. What exactly was discussed in these meetings? Who authorized them? And most importantly, what do they mean for the future of Brexit and Britain's relationship with the EU? Just as the questions swirling around Starmer reach fever pitch, a familiar face emerges from the political shadows. Nigel Farage, the man who once brought the EU to its knees, claims to have unearthed damning evidence of Starmer's Brexit betrayal. But is this the smoking gun that will shatter Labour's credibility, or just another act in Farage's political theater? Farage's track record of exposing political scandals is undeniable, from his role in pushing Brexit to victory to his numerous confrontations with the political establishment. He's positioned himself as a credible voice among pro-Brexit supporters. Now, as he steps into the fray with explosive allegations against Starmer, the political landscape is shifting rapidly. The mounting evidence Farage claims to have against Starmer is nothing short of explosive. Reports suggest that he's uncovered a trail of secret meetings between Starmer and top EU officials, meetings that were never disclosed to the public. If true, these clandestine discussions could reveal a calculated plan to dismantle Brexit piece by piece, right under the noses of the British people. But how credible are Farage's sources and methods? Critics argue that his confrontational style and history of controversy make him an unreliable narrator. Supporters, however, point to his long-standing connections within the corridors of power in both Westminster and Brussels. They argue that if anyone could uncover such a conspiracy, it's Farage. The public reaction to Farage's accusations has been nothing short of explosive. Social media platforms are ablaze with outrage, with many Brexit supporters feeling betrayed and demanding transparency from Starmer. The hashtag #Starmer betrayal has been trending for days, with users sharing memes, personal stories, and calls for action. As the controversy grows, political analysts are already speculating about how this might impact the next general election. Farage's Reform UK party is gaining traction, positioning itself as a significant player in the upcoming political showdown. Could this scandal be the catalyst that reshapes the entire political debate surrounding Brexit? Adding weight to the allegations is the unexpected involvement of King Charles. Sources suggest that the monarch, traditionally neutral in political affairs, has been quietly voicing his concerns to key figures in government. This unusual step indicates that the gravity of the situation has not escaped the attention of the highest echelons of British society. As the Brexit saga continues to unfold, public sentiment remains deeply divided. A recent YouGov poll paints a grim picture of the current political landscape, with a staggering 37% of voters expressing pessimism about the future under Labour's leadership. This growing distrust in political figures is further compounded by the fact that only 21% of voters believe Labour has been successful since taking office. The majority, a whopping 56%, hold the opposite view. These numbers reveal a stark reality. The British public is not just dissatisfied, they're losing faith in the very institutions meant to represent them. The Brexit drama, far from being resolved, seems to be entering a new chapter of uncertainty and discontent. As allegations of secret meetings and backroom deals swirl around Westminster, one can't help but wonder, will the British people ever get the transparency they deserve? Or will they be left in the dark, watching as their relationship with the EU is reshaped behind closed doors?